The dark was my only friend. It wrapped around me like a cold, damp blanket. I was Emily, 10 years old, living in the basement. My stepmother, Clara, put me here. She called it my room, but it was a prison. The floor was hard concrete. A single bulb cast long, scary shadows. Spiders lived in the corners. I tried not to look at them. I missed my mum. She would have held me tight. Clara hated me. My dad didn't see it. He was always working. He thought Clara was wonderful. He didn't know she locked me down here. Clara told him I was difficult, that I needed quiet time. My quiet time lasted for days. Sometimes I forgot what the sun felt like. Food came on a tray. Leftovers, dry bread, cold soup. I ate every crumb. Waiting was the hardest part. Waiting for the door to open, for someone to remember me. The silence was so loud. I would talk to myself, sing songs my mum taught me. I had one treasure, a small, worn photograph of my mum, hidden under my mattress. When the house was quiet, I'd trace her face with my finger, whisper to her, tell her how much I missed her. I'd ask her to come get me, but she never did. She was gone forever. And I was stuck here, stuck with Clara, stuck in the dark. My only hope was the tiny sliver of light under the door. Upstairs, life was different. That's where Lily, my stepsister, lived, Clara's daughter. She had everything, a warm pink bedroom, a canopied bed, toys, dolls, books. I could hear her laughter floating down the stairs. It made my heart ache. Lily had parties, friends, cake, and ice cream. Clara baked for them. The sweet smell drifted down to me, making my empty stomach rumble. I pressed my ear to the stairs, wishing I could be part of their world, but I was the girl in the basement. The secret. Clara loved Lily. Her voice was soft and sweet for her. She brushed Lily's hair, tucked her in, kissed her forehead. My own hair was tangled and matted. No one ever brushed it. Lily got new clothes, shiny shoes, a warm coat. I wore old things, hand-me-downs Clara tossed down the stairs. "This is good enough for you," she'd say. I felt like Cinderella, but there was no fairy godmother coming for me. Just the cold floor, the dusty air, and the sound of Lily's happy life above my head, a life I could hear but never touch. My dad was a ghost in our house, always away working. When he was home, Clara put on her best smile, made him believe everything was perfect. He never suspected a thing, never checked the basement. I tried to tell him, at first. "Clara's mean to me. She locks me in the basement." He'd sigh. "Emily, don't tell stories. Clara does so much for you." Clara had already poisoned his mind against me. After a while, I stopped trying. He had chosen her. The sound of his truck was both hope and heartbreak. Sometimes, my door was unlocked. I might get a proper meal, maybe a hug. But as soon as he left, the lock clicked. The darkness returned. One day, he brought me a music box. "Don't tell her," he whispered. I treasured it. It played a tinkly tune, a tiny piece of love. But Clara found it. She smashed it on the floor. The music died, and a little piece of my heart died with it. I was 12. The basement felt smaller than ever. 2 years of darkness, hunger, and fear. A storm raged outside. The wind howled, rain lashed the grimy window, but this night felt different. Something inside me snapped. I couldn't do it anymore. I was shivering, not from cold, but from anger. Why was this my life? My mum wouldn't want me to give up. For the first time, I decided to fight. I'd found a loose board weeks ago near the foundation. Tonight I worked at it with desperate energy. My fingers bled, but I didn't care. Finally, the board came loose. A small dark hole led outside. I squeezed through, scraping my arms, tearing my shirt. All I felt was the pull of freedom. I stood in the muddy backyard, rain soaking me. It felt wonderful. I didn't look back. I ran toward the city lights, toward a new life. My escape led me to an orphanage. At least it wasn't the basement. 15 years is a long time. The girl in the basement was gone. Now, I was Dr. Emily Carter. I wore a white coat, walked the bright corridors of a city hospital. The orphanage was tough, but I studied hard. I wanted a life my mum would be proud of. I had a sunny apartment, big windows, friends, respect. But the past was always there, a shadow in my mind. At night, I sometimes dreamed of the basement. I never spoke about it. It was my secret. I never saw my dad again. He and Clara moved away. I didn't try to find them. The pain of his choice was a different kind of prison. I focused on my work, saving lives, mending broken bones, comforting children. In the ER I was strong, in control. I could fix things. I was good at my job, but I hadn't yet saved myself. The past was waiting. It was about to walk right through the doors of my emergency room. The call came. Code Blue Bay 4. I ran. An elderly woman had collapsed. She wore a janitor's uniform. She wasn't breathing. I started chest compressions. My hands worked automatically. Push, push, push. We got a pulse back. The crisis was over. I looked at her face. My blood ran cold. It was Clara, my stepmother. The woman who locked me in the basement. She was helpless. Alone. I had just saved her life. Her chart read, Jane Doe. No ID, no contacts. She was alone. Just like she'd made me feel. A bitter thought crossed my mind. I could have let her die, but she wasn't a monster anymore, just a frail, sick old woman. What had happened to her? Where was Lily? Her perfect life had crumbled. I stayed by her bedside. She woke, confused, then recognized me. Emily, she whispered, fear in her voice. All my anger rose up, but I looked at my hands, healer's hands. Hello, Clara, I said. You're in the hospital. I'm your doctor. Clara cried. Silent, wretched tears. She told me everything. Lily was gone. My dad had died. Clara had nothing. I was so jealous, she said. Jealous of your mother. I'm so sorry, Emily. I listened. I let her pour out her regret. Forgiveness isn't a switch. It's a journey. Looking at her, I felt only sadness for the girl I was and for the woman she'd become. Her cruelty hadn't brought her happiness, only loneliness. I made a choice. I let go of the hate. I forgive you, Clara, I said. And I meant it. I helped her get back on her feet, found her a place to live. I visited her. We talked. It was awkward, but slowly, we built something new. Not a mother-daughter bond, but a connection based on hope for a better future. I learned children remember how you make them feel. I had the power to make someone feel loved. The last time I visited, Clara was reading to a little girl from a foster home. Her voice was gentle. That star is the brightest. It's there to guide you, even when it's dark. The little girl smiled. In that moment, I saw redemption. Proof that love can heal. Forgiveness is powerful. The darkness could not win. The light, however small, always finds a way.
What's something people don't know about stories? They never truly end. There's always a new adventure waiting for you. Just pick your next tale and I'll meet you there. Subscribe to the Story Circle and let me know which story I should tell next in the comments.